We are live at halftime as the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns are in a close battle right now. We're going to break down the first half, react to it, and get into it all right now. You already know what to do. Drop a SDS in the chat, smash that like button, and let's talk about this game so far. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is good, gang? Wow, that was a half of football as the San Francisco 49ers go into halftime with the lead, but it's 10-7. And we had some craziness go down right there at the end. We're going to get into it all. This is definitely, I would consider, a dog fight. It's rainy. It's sloppy. The refs are being refs. We got all kinds of stuff. The elements are definitely on full display right now. So it is quite the game that we've got cooking up. Now, it started off good, obviously. The San Francisco 49ers drive down the field, and they get an opening drive touchdown to Christian McCaffrey, his 15th straight game with a touchdown. But my goodness, it has been a slop fest ever since. 49ers so we got some injuries too. That's not the only thing. Is we also have Deebo Samuel, who has not returned to this game. So that's huge. And we're already seeing kind of those impacts happen down on the field, with Ray having to fill in and Juwan Jennings having to fill in, a little bit of Ronnie Bell. So no word on Deebo Samuel if he will return to the game. We're still trying to decipher and discern if that is going to be a situation or not. But 10-7 at the half. We got a close one, ladies and gentlemen. We got a close one. Obviously, we had the Fred Warner interception to start. It really did feel like the 49ers could build a lot of momentum really early on because we got the opening drive touchdown. We got the Fred Warner interception. We did get a Jake Moody missed kick, first one of his career officially in a regular season game. But the conditions are pretty wild, right? It's raining, it's windy. So both kickers have missed. I think it was like the drive after that. The Browns drove down. They missed their kick. So the conditions are definitely something that we are on alert of. And we were kind of talking about that all leading up to this game of how the conditions would play a part in this game. They clearly are. So the good news is that the San Francisco 49ers are ahead starting off this game, because just like we saw when we reference back to the monsoon game last year against the Chicago Bears, it really mattered who was up first, because as the day progressed and as the weather progressed, it really made it difficult for both sides of the football, or both sides of the team's offense. Both at that time, it was the Bears and the 49ers. Neither of them could move the ball, but the Bears were up at that time. So it really made it difficult. Well, at least the 49ers are up. They got a 3-point buffer. Obviously, we had the Browns score on that Kareem Hunt. I'm going to have to go ahead and say that was a good play call by the Cleveland Browns. It was creative. It looked like it was going to be a run up the middle. They had a quick pitch to Kareem Hunt. They had blocking, and Kareem Hunt found his way in for 6. So it's been a sloppy game. The weather's going to be a factor. We had Brock Purdy have a fumble there at the end where he tried to throw it, and you can literally see the ball just slip out of his hands. We've had Ayuk have a couple drops, but we had the highlight from Ayuk where he did hurdle over defender, looked just like the Philadelphia game from his rookie season. And then that play to end the half, I just don't like that play by the refs. I think that was a terrible, terrible play by the refs. I really do believe in a situation where the margin between an incomplete pass and a fumble is razor thin, you can't blow the whistle. You got to let that play out and then blow the whistle and then go to the replay and sort it out. I hated that call. I hated everything about that. These refs are literally fumbling this game. That's how I perceive that play should have been managed from a referee standpoint. When you got a guy underthrowing the ball underhand while getting tackled, you let that play roll. You let it roll. You let them pick it up. You let them run into the end zone. Then you go to review. You're going to review it anyways. So let it go. Let the play go out so that you can make a strong decision one way or the other. That's a terrible play, in my opinion, by the refs. Really, really bad. And then ultimately, it became that should have been a touchdown. The San Francisco 49ers right now should be up 17-7. That's where we're at. All right. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Can't go back in time. Can't go and change it. The San Francisco 49ers need to continue to play sound football. We need to get this together. We need to get the run game going. Thank goodness Trent Williams came back. He did. We have a little injury scare there with him getting rolled up on. So thankfully he's back. But man, this game has been sloppy. Really, really sloppy all the way throughout. But it should be 17-0, to be honest with you. And that's not a homer play. That's not nothing. That's just what it is. It's a bad play call by the refs. Take away 7 points before halftime for the San Francisco 49ers. So that is obviously going to be a play that we look for at the end of the game. That is going to be a game-changing play potentially. So the hope is, though, the San Francisco 49ers make their adjustments on defense. They make their adjustments on offense, and they kind of tighten up a little bit. This was one of the things that we had talked about all week. This is like the perfect trap game scenario, right? They're down an offensive lineman. They're down a quarterback. It's a 10 a.m. start time in the Midwest. The weather, it just has all the makings of a perfect trap game. And so they aren't super sharp today. Right now, at least, they're doing enough, clearly, to win the football game. Now we just need to tighten it up. That's it. Just tighten it up. Just make smart plays. And, of course, do not turn over the football. Whoever wins the turnover battle in this game is likely going to win the game overall. So that's what it comes down to. Do not turn the football over. Make smart plays. Limit the penalties. All these types of things. Tighten up. And then the 49ers should be in a good spot. So far, the offense is holding up decently well against this defense. It's more so just self-inflicted wounds, the drops, the penalties, the miscues with the ball because the rain is starting to come down. That's one of those things. Like Brock, we could have had a touchdown to CMC. We had that one where CMC was coming out of the backfield on looked like what I think it was a wheel route. Had CMC wide open, and you could tell CMC or Brock felt a little uncomfortable in the pocket because you could see he wanted to go to CMC sooner, but he had to wait for CMC to break open. And you could see his feet. He was kind of jumping around in the pocket. He was like he wanted to get that ball out, but he had to wait. In the last second, he got it out as the pocket was collapsing around him and just put a little bit too much on it over CMC. You had the one miss to Kittle, but hey, man, it's going to be a dogfight. We know that the ball is going to be a factor itself because it's wet. So we have to be cognizant of that. It's going to be interesting to see how the San Francisco 49ers move forward. Do they still take deep shots? Are they going to try to work the short to intermediate game more wide receiver screens, more running back screens? It's going to be interesting, but obviously they're going to want to get this game. They're going to want to handle this game on the ground. We talked about this heading into this game with the rain. It could very well turn into a game that is won on the ground. And I think that's what's going to happen in the second half. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe the Cleveland Browns start the second half with the football. I believe that is the case. Is that the Cleveland Browns will start, right? Because we had the opening drive touchdown. But it's a great opportunity for the 49ers to start out hot by getting a turnover on defense, or not a turnover, just at minimum a stop. 3 and out would be ideal, and then go on a nice, long, plodding scoring drive where you're being able to run your offense, play action, get in and out quickly, no turnovers, no miscues. If they can put together a nice drive, that would be ideal. All right, looks like we are kicking off right now. So I will be on Bleacher Report for the post-game reaction show. If you guys want to vibe with me, go to the Bleacher Report app right after the game. I'll be going live. Come vibe with me over there. And then once we are done on live on Bleacher Report, I'm coming back to YouTube to do the same thing. So hopefully I'll see you guys on Bleacher Report for the post-game show. Let's get this second half underway and let's come out with the W. Let's go, gang. We're out.